Welcome everybody and thanks for tuning in. This is my first shot for shot video. This is going to be at Cherry Downs, which is in Pickering, Ontario, Canada. And in this video I played the front nine. So let's get right into it and let's see how I do. So the first hole here is a slight dogleg left, and you want to basically be right beyond that left bunker, which is about 220 to carry. I ended up making a pretty decent shot. I didn't catch all of it, but it ended up working out pretty well. So this front nine is a par 36. The 18 is actually a par 71. And so this shot here, I'm only 108 yards away, so that should be striking distance. Let's see how I do. And I make an absolute terrible shot here. Catch all of the dirt that's possibly behind that ball. So now I'm actually trying to get close to the hole here to try to save par. I'm basically trying to put it in within 6 feet within the hole. And this should be fairly decent here. Make a nice pitch shot. Rolling up to the pin, and I believe it's a bit long here, but I do have a good look at par for about 10 feet. It's a little bit downhill, wind into my face, and it's a little bit right to left, so I'm aiming for the right edge of the cup here and hoping that it brings it right into the center of the cup. And it just whizzes by, burns the edge, and starting off with a bogey, which isn't a terrible start. All right, so second hole here, par 5. 486. I like to use my 3-wood off the tee deck. My drive, I need a new shaft in my driver. It's a little too. I need a stiffer shaft. Basically, what I'm trying to do here is hit up the left edge of the fairway, and I'm playing a bit of a fade today, so I'm trying to take it to the left edge and bring it to the center of the fairway. Looks like I'm lined up a little bit to the right. And just make a terrible shot right into the trees. Hits about 50% of the branches on that tree. And hoping for a decent lie. So I got to it. Decent lie, but the problem is that there's a river just beyond this little hill here. So what I'm trying to do is just punch it out between the two left trees and set myself up for a shot at the green. Kind of duffed it a bit, but we thought it ended up being pretty good. And then pronounced we get up and I lost my ball. So I had to drop one and I ended up getting a bit of a weird lie, but it's not too bad. So now I'm going for a 185 6-iron shot here. Connect really well, actually. I was pretty happy with this shot. Now I'm basically just trying to save for a bogey here. The ball landed on the green but rolled off the back. So this shot I actually didn't like my lie. My ball was sitting in the grass and all the grass grains were growing against me, which ends up making it tough to hit the ball cleanly. You end up catching a lot of grass, which is exactly what happened here. So not too pleased with that one. So now I have about a 20-foot, 18-foot putt for bogey. And misread it slightly or hit it a little too hard, one of the two. So I actually walk away with a double bogey. So +3 after 2. Have a couple chances for catching up with some strokes in the next few holes. It's a pretty short course. It's about 3,000 yards from the whites. And the idea for me about playing from the whites is that I'm about a 16 handicap right now, and I want to get it lower. So once I get my handicap a bit lower, then I'll move back to the blues. Anyway, so here's a 395 yard par 4. Using my 5-iron off the tee to try to get to the 150. Downhill. I do hit it a bit thick, actually. So I'm pretty far out for my next shot, but I'm in the fairway. You can't be mad at that. 185 6 iron. So basically the pin is actually behind, to the left of that bunker, behind that big tree. So what I'm trying to do here is play a bit of a draw and just try to bend it around to give myself a decent shot at the pin. Try to get a nice birdie. Connect really well. Lose my balance a little bit, but I connected really well, and it didn't turn at all, which I was a little disappointed about. But I think I'm on the green here, or I'm on the fringe. So now I'm putting for birdie, and my thought process here is just to have a lag putt, try to get as close as I can for a knock-in par. Hit a pretty good putt, good lag putt, basically a tap in for par there. Here I'm just trying to hit the right edge of the cup because it is breaking to the left, and I'm trying to hit it somewhat firmly because I want it to go right in, and it just sneaks right in the back door, thank God. All right, so par 3, 157 uphill, 7 iron. The pin is middle pin, and I can't really tell if there's much wind down here because I'm kind of surrounded by the trees. And so my thought process here is basically just aim for the center of the green. My fade will bring it a little bit to the right, and hopefully can get a decent shot at birdie. And you can't really see it here because of the brightness is a little too high, the contrast. But I ended up pushing it way to the right. Ended up thinking I lost my ball. I hit trees to the right, and somehow I got an amazing lie right beside the green. I couldn't believe it. The ball's pretty nicely propped up, which I'm pretty excited about. Thankfully, it wasn't in the dead area there. And I guess I was trying to chip in for birdie, but it was a bit of a firm chip, but not the worst in the world. So here I'm putting for par, and you can see the hand-free pins that all the golf courses seem to have. It's either between this one where you just lift it up with your putter, or or they have the noodle at the bottom of the cup. Anyways, somehow get away with a par there. I couldn't believe it. Pretty lucky. Members bounce off the trees. All right, so this par 5, 435, really short par 5, but it's in the green's in a bit of an awkward spot, so you can't see it here, but the fairway and the white stake are just up there, and then the green is a really, really hard dogleg right. I talked about it before my practice swing here, how I should have used an iron. And of course, disappointed in myself and just absolutely sprayed that ball. Blocked it to the right and lost my ball. So now I'm shooting 3, and I'm just trying to basically punch it out to the 100 stake. So it's about a 190-yard chip here I'm trying to do. And the ball's right behind my body. Can't quite see it, but it's not bad. It's rolling pretty good, but I wish I was a bit shorter so I can have a better view of the green. But you know what? I think I have about an 85-yard chip into the green uphill here. I can't really see the pin, but it's at the top peak of those middle bushes. And I pushed it a bit, but I'm pretty happy with the distance on this one. It landed a bit to the right, but I have a decent shot at par. Pretty flat green here, actually. Rocking the Scotty Cameron Newport 2 putter. Decent putt, not the greatest, not the worst. Run away with a bogey after losing a ball. Can't knock it. Not the worst thing in the world. All right, so we have another par 3 here. 138 yards, 9 iron, slightly uphill. And I basically try to swing at this pretty hard because my 9-iron is at its upper limit here, and just entirely top it. And of course, once again, I get extremely lucky by just hitting the upper lip of that bunker, and it pops out just to the right. Wasn't too happy with that one, but I got away with another lucky bounce again. And I have a bit of an awkward lie here. The ball is about 3 or 4 inches above my feet. So I'm just trying to get the ball up, land at the right beyond the fringe basically, and let it roll out. Aiming a bit to the right of the pin to let the green take some of the break out of it. And had a pretty nice chip there, actually. I was pretty happy with that. It's within striking distance. So I have about a 6.5 feet worth of a putt here for par. Oh, and just got robbed. Used all the cup and didn't get it. It's the twilight round. I love the lighting at this time of night. It's about 6 p.m. Okay, so we have another par 5. Slight dogleg right once again. Using the 3-wood off the tee here. And basically I'm trying to aim for that left bunker. And once again, just let my fade kind of take it to the center of the fairway. Rocking the 3-wood once again, which, you know what, sometimes isn't the worst idea, even if you do have a driver on a short par 5. So I hit a pretty good shot, but blocked it a little bit, and I had a bit of a fade, so I'm hoping that it's in a good spot at this point. It ended up being pretty decent, actually. I don't have a shot at the green, unfortunately, but I do have a nice gap here. I'm basically trying to pump it out to the 100 stakes. I have a 7-iron, 240 yards out. Hit a pretty good shot. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but it was pretty close. And I believe a pretty good look at the green here for 83 yards, which should be striking distance. And this is one yardage I really got to start hammering down and getting better at, because this is how birdies are made, is this range within 130 yards. Ball slightly above my feet, but not too much of a problem. Hit a decent shot, but the aim was right, just the distance was a little long. Unfortunately, I'm rocking the SM8 Vokey, Titleist Vokey wedge. It's great, 46 degree pitching wedge. Highly recommend that club. I love all of Vokey's clubs. So basically, I'm trying to chip for birdie here, using my 54 degree wedge. Trying to put it close. Basically have a knee knocker of a putt left for par would be great. And just get all of the grass before the ball once again. Pretty devastated because I feel like chipping is one of my better parts of my game. So now I have about a 10-footer again for par. And I couldn't quite get the read on this one for some reason. It looked flat, but I wasn't too sure which way it was going. I knew it was going somewhere, but couldn't really tell. And it was going a little more left than I thought. I hit a decent strength putt, but had the line off. And here I am explaining to Matt where my ball landed, and ended up rolling off the green, unfortunately. So walk away with a bogey. Not a good bogey. Not too happy with that one. Okay, so 8th hole here, 395 par 4, using my 3-wood once again. Basically trying to aim for the left bunker there, the right edge of the left bunker, and let my fade once again just carry me to the center of the fairway. and hit my best 3-wood of the day. It's just hit it really clean. I was really happy with that. Center of the fairway. It's nice when your ball does what you want it to. All right, so 175 yards out. 6 iron. Here I'm trying to aim for the left edge of the green and just bring it into the center of the green. I'm not trying to really go for the pin. I don't want to go anywhere near that bunker. And once again, I blocked it. Just a terrible shot. Chunked it, blocked it, did everything bad that you can do for an iron shot into the green. And at least it wasn't in the bunker. It may have been better if it was in the bunker, because this is a super awkward lie. The ball is at least 6 inches above my feet here. I'm basically trying to chip it up to the right side of that pin, and let the ball roll up. And I caught it really hot. It came off that club way quicker than I thought it was going to come off, and I ended up pulling it a bit. Obviously, I was on the left-handed slope there. And have a pretty large putt here for par, which I'm not too excited about, but hopefully I can redeem myself and sink this. It's about left to right, I believe. Shout out to Matt behind me there, my golfing partner, who just started playing golf not too long ago, and he's just getting into it, and he's really excited about it. So it's pretty exciting when your friends are getting into golf and they're just starting off fresh. So overread it a bit, but made a pretty decent putt. Walk away with bogey. You know what? Not the worst thing in the world. Not the best. But I'm hoping to close off the last hole with a nice par. So I'm at +7. 173 yards, 7 iron uphill. The tee box here was a bit weird. The ball was above my feet, which I'm not a big fan of. Obviously, I love level tee box. So I'm aiming for the left side of the green, let it cut in, and absolutely hit a shit shot. Chunked it. Just got away with not landing in that pond. And so now I have about a 40-yard chip with my 54-degree wedge. It's a bit of a blind green. I walked up before. It looks like it was sloping right to left at this point. I'm aiming a bit to the right of the pin. Pushed it a bit, but got a nice little bounce there. And looking at a par